Brands and retailers are being challenged with reducing costs, being more sustainable, and getting products onto the selling floor faster and more efficiently. Today we're talking with Guy Taylor, who's developed a clever device that meets all of these criteria.
We were fed up with paying the price of the old clip hanger. The clip hanger is a very expensive hanger, and it only does the job up to about a 36 waist on men's. So even ladies, say size 18, 20 over here, really struggles on a clip hanger. It folds in and everything. So being a jeans guy, which is what I've always been, I then decided to come up with a new idea. I saw what Replay and Diesel were doing, using the S hook, the butcher's hook, only for display, not for actually, they were shelving still. And we decided to sort of try and find a hanger that we could use to actually sell use in store, that was going to be half the price of a clip hanger. In fact, most of the clip hangers were 22 cents. We started off our hanger at 10 cents. So we were 12 cents. Yeah, 12 cents cheaper. So we were talking to people like Primark and all those people, big volume people, and they just loved it. They just loved it because they were saving 12 cents on hanging a garment per time. And more to the point is they could get more stock out. So the original hanger we sort of sold them was this one, which you can see has got 34, 32. So that actually identified the size, which was so much better than the clip hanger. So before you know it, 10 years ago we started. I didn't actually start selling the hanger until 9 years ago because I was scared about getting copied. And one of the things that's so easy, that's like a fat question mark, if you see what I mean. But what we did is we came up with a threefold, which you can see 1, 2, 3, and then you clip it in. And that gives you a shelf there for the belt loops. So this was revolutionary at the time. You wouldn't believe it. That's something so easy as that was revolutionary. But we trialed it out and it started to increase the sales. They get 20% more stock out. So that means that there's never a time when you're going to have to ask Mary or Brian to run to the stock rooms to then find your size, because what you've got is what is out. And the stores just loved it. And before you know it, we took off. And we're hitting over 20 million units just from one customer. And in fact, in your article in March, you're talking about the success of Marks & Spencer's £19.50 jean. That's all on our hangers. We're the first hanger that doesn't need to be taken off the garment when trying on. So we put a small string that goes through the hanger, goes through one of the belt loops. So when you undo it, the hanger stays on. It doesn't actually infringe you from trying it on. If you don't like it, you give it back to the assistant. They put it back into stock, just like that, very fast. So what the retailers like is that once they put a size on their garment with the Janger, 9 times out of 10 it stays with it, and it goes through the hole in the Janger like this. Could do it with glasses. So then it goes through a belt loop and hangs onto the garment. So all the time we're trying to think how to sell more garments. So when we do the first season, for instance, with Marks & Spencer's, they've said the sales have gone up. And as long as they keep on top of their product and make sure the product looks good, then the sales are going to keep on increasing. Because once you use the Janger, you've got 20% more stock, you're experiencing 20% more sales. So the stock has to be on the floor when you open the door. And if you can get more stock out, you become kings, because people aren't going to wait for somebody to go to the stock room to find a 0 or a size 10 or a 34, 32 waist men's. So it's very, very important to have your stock out. And then from then on, we just decided that we've got to start reducing plastic. And all of our product is made on PP. We only use one plastic so that we can actually recycle all our product. So, for instance, we were in New York just in January, and we saw some very big customers, and they were talking about cardboard hangers, biodegradable hangers. How do you know there's a biodegradable hanger? You've got to actually put it and test it. So biodegradable, maybe 100 years, maybe 1,000 years. So as long as it can be chipped up, and the great thing about the Janger is you can chip it up and then remold it, so melt it down and reuse it. So that's the way to recycle, we believe. We've worked with Sheffield University to prove all our facts. So they've actually, they've done all the testing on it for us to understand about the strength, to understand how it can be recycled. Price is major now. So everybody, particularly now with this pandemic, the price is king. We were working with a company called Debenhams, and one of the hangers that we were being asked to put on a jean and was 33 cents. By the time it was getting to retail to sell it on the floor, it was almost like £1. So So with everything that's going on, shipping and everything. So then they were pushing us to get a cheaper garment being made, but the hanger was still expensive. So that's why I sat down and thought, I can't do this anymore. I can't bang the table and ask somebody to make the pocket bag cheaper. I can't do that with a zip, with YKK, they got a certain price, but how am I going to get to this price point that the buyer needs? And obviously then you come up with an idea about a hanger. Some people have taken it and loved it. Some people just poo-poo it, but that saves them a lot of money. We're selling anything from 6 to 10, and the clip hangers they're buying are 22 over here on average. So there's a massive saving. I mean, that sort of saving is huge. And of course, the buyers need the margin. And now with this pandemic, there's a lot of product that's going into storage. So they need the margin on the new product coming in. The Janger folds in on itself. So when they pack the jean in the factory, they put the hanger inside the jean. It's on the garment, but just twists inside the. So you actually don't have to have the space for a clip hanger to go in the box. So that reduces down their shipping. It reduces down their labour charges and everything. That's really my aim. To actually reduce down the cost of the garment with a hanger on it. So that's what it's all about, because it can look good, but if you haven't got the garments there in the right sizes, you can't make the sales.